Hello guys, Plagaga here, and oh my god, we got so many new news. A new summoning mechanic called Link Summon. We got a new monster type, we got changes to Pendulum summoning and the Pendulum zones. We got changes to extra deck summoning. So basically Pendulum summoning, Fusion summon, Synchro, XYZ summon are all complete garbage now. Or at least the new summoning mechanic opens up a lot of different places. So the easiest thing, the first thing we have to talk about is the new monster type, which is the Cyber monster type. It's kind of like Dragon or Warriors. We now have a Cyber type, which is pretty cool, and I don't have anything against that. So, second thing, the change to Pendulum zones. The most left and the most right zone, the spell and trap zone, are now considered the Pendulum zones, but only if you put a Pendulum card in there. Otherwise, they are completely normal spell or trap zones. That means that Pendulum players can now only have, if they control 2 Pendulum monsters in their Pendulum zones, up to 3 spell and trap cards in their spell and trap zone, because they only have 3 spell and trap zones left for them. To anybody else who doesn't play Pendulums, you still have 5. You don't have to care. Also, huge change is you cannot summon extra deck monsters anymore, unless in a new zone which is called extra deck monster zone, which is in front of the new monster zone. And this extra deck monster zone is unoccupied at the start of the duel, and it doesn't belong to any player. It only belongs to a player as soon as they put an extra deck monster like XYZ, Synchro or Fusion or a Link monster in there. And the craziest thing is that as soon as you occupy one of these monster zones, the other zone, there are 2 of them, immediately belongs to your opponent and is part of your opponent's monster zone. Also, the craziest thing is that the new monster zone, the monster zone we had the entire time, is now called main monster zone. And again, the craziest thing is, in my opinion, that you cannot fusion summon extra deck, you cannot XYZ summon twice, you cannot summon 3 Omegas anymore, you cannot summon, you basically completely killed Synchro summoning completely, because you cannot summon Quasar anymore. So it's nearly impossible. It kills a lot of decks, especially Zodiacs also. Zodiacs will be garbage after the summoning mechanic and these rule changes come out in a half a year. So because they only can control 1 XYZ monster. So that's completely crazy. But there's one exception to this rule. If you control a Link monster, these Link monsters have linked monster zones. In these linked monster zones you can also summon extra deck monsters, but only to these linked monsters. Otherwise you cannot. So let's jump straight into the new summon mechanic, into Link Summon. So here we see an example, which is Decode Talker. It's a Cyber type dark monster, which is the main monster of the new main character of the anime show. And his link is 3, his attack is 2300, and he doesn't have a defense, he doesn't have a level, and he doesn't have a rank. In fact, you cannot even put link monsters in defense position. It's not possible. So its effect is, as materials 2 or more effect monsters, this card gains 500 attack for each monster linked to it. When an opponent's card effect that targets a card you control is activated, you control with one of your monsters linked to this card, negate the activation if you do destroy it. Okay, so again, these arrows show the linked monsters. So if this card is target, or any of your card is target, you can just tribute them. The card kind of reminds me of Stardust Dragon, just on steroids, because it's really powerful. To summon it, you can summon it 3 different ways. The first one is you put 3 effect monsters from your side on the field to the graveyard, because it's link 3. The second way to summon this guy is to have a link 2 monster on your side on the field and 1 effect monster, and send both to the graveyard as well. And then you can summon a link 3 monster. That's also an option that you completely have. But the crazy thing is, which is completely crazy, you can only extra deck summon now in this extra deck monster zone, or in one of these monster zones which the arrows of the Link monster point at. Otherwise you cannot summon an XYZ Synchro or Fusion summon. You basically need to use this new summoning mechanic, otherwise you cannot do that, which is crazy. I'm not sure if I should like this or not. I make a separate video about my opinion about link summon. But this is the new summon mechanic explained. There are also some new really cool monsters, for example, that just need 2 monsters that you need to summon. Or for example, we also got some new really cool cards, a new Twilight Lightsworn card, a new Dark World card, some really cool card cards announced, and some new DDD cards, but I don't think they will be powerful anymore, because after this mechanic comes out, you have to use link monsters to summon multiple extra deck monsters, or otherwise it's not possible. There's one thing I'm not 100% sure about, and that is the monster zone behind the link monster. I'm not sure actually if that monster zone can be attacked or not. One thing, I just read the Q&A at the end of an article that I will link down in the description, and they say that if you already special summoned a synchro monster, for example, and goes through the graveyard, you can actually special summon it back to the normal monster zone. Let me know what you think about this new summoning mechanic in the comments below. That's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will make a separate video about my opinion about this new summoning mechanic and the rule changes. Till next time, bye.